Speaking today, we have Toronto Police Deputy Chief Peter Yuen. That's P-E-T-E-R. Yuen is Y-U-E-N. As well as Crime Stoppers Toronto Chair Sean Sportun. That's S-E-A-N. Sportun, S-P-O-R-T-U-N. And Bolo Program Director Maxime Langlois, and that's spelled M-A-X-I-M-E. Langlois is L-A-N-G-L-O-I-S. 50 seconds. Thirty seconds. 15, 10, 5. Good morning, and thank you for attending Police Headquarters. My name is Constable Carolyn Declute, and I am here today to introduce Toronto Police Deputy Chief Peter Yuen, Crime Stoppers Toronto Chair Sean Sportun, Bolo Program Director Maxime Langlois. They will update you on the June 14th, 2018 playground shooting at McCowan Road and Alton Tower Circle area. Deputy Chief.
Thank you and good morning. We're here today to announce a community partnership designed to ensure the arrest of a person, a man, wanted in connection with the shooting of 2 girls last year. As we all can recall, it was over a year ago that 2 girls were shot in broad daylight playing in a park by a group of men firing shots with each other. Subsequently, through the investigations, 2 persons have been arrested and they remain in custody. Having said that, there's still one outstanding person that we would want to secure his arrest and put him in custody and put him before the courts. We continue to look for T'Quan Robertson on charges of attempted murder and aggravated assault. As you can see, Mr. Robertson's picture is behind me. We're not looking for witnesses or for people to testify. This case is ready to go to trial, and we're just looking for the location of the suspect. I'm very confident someone out in the community knows where Mr. Robertson is, and we need that phone call to assist us in arresting Mr. Robertson. This is a message from the Toronto Police Service and the family, members of the 2 little girls, that Mr. Robertson, there's nowhere to go. We will apprehend you sooner rather than later. So do the right thing. Call a lawyer and turn yourself in. And also I want to caution to the relatives and friends who are harboring Mr. Robertson right now. If you are assisting Mr. Robertson in evading arrest, you may be charged with accessory after the fact. If anyone in the public areas, Mr. Robertson, I ask that they see Mr. Robertson, I ask that they call 911 immediately. And also, if you have any information and wish to remain anonymous, you can always call our Crime Stoppers, 1-800-222-TIPS. So this is a message to Mr. Robertson. We know you're out there. After today's announcement to the media, your picture will be everywhere. We will capture you. We will put you before the courts and answer to your charges. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you for being here. It's a great pleasure for me to be in Toronto today to launch the Bolo program amplification campaign for the T'Quan Robertson Most Wanted case. The Bolo program is a Canadian public safety innovation project launched here in this very room on May 1st, 2018, in cooperation with the Toronto Police Service. The program has since expanded its activities to other Canadian cities and is thrilled to be back in Toronto this morning with this new case. The Bolo program's mission is to encourage citizens to be on the lookout for Canada's most wanted so they can help keep our communities safe by submitting tips to assist the police to arrest these suspects. We do that by acting as an amplifier for the priority most wanted notices of Canadian Police Services. In addition to act as a free marketing agency for these notices, we work with police services and their local partners like Crime Stoppers to offer substantial rewards as additional incentives for citizens to be on the lookout. So, simply put, we make sure Canadians get to see these priority most wanted notices and that they submit tips to the authorities. And we do this by reaching Canadians at the right time, at the right place, and by using the right innovative means. A couple of important facts about the Bolo program. The program is an initiative of the Stéphane Chrétien Foundation and is completely funded by this Canadian charitable organization. So our rewards and amplification campaigns don't cost our police services and taxpayers a dime. We do not collect tips from the public. We rather direct the public the proper channels already identified by police services to submit tips. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the leaders and members of the Toronto Police Service, including Deputy Chief Yuen, for their tremendous support in launching this new amplification campaign. I also want to praise the leaders of Toronto Crime Stoppers, including Chair Sean Sportun, for their innovative mindset, which allows the Bolo program to offer a reward in this case. Over the next few weeks, the people of Toronto and Ontario will come across the T'Quan Robertson Most Wanted notice as they watch or read the news, as they check their social media feeds, or simply as they walk or drive by. If you know or think you may know where T'Quan Robertson is, I urge you to submit your tip to Toronto Crime Stoppers. In partnership with Toronto Crime Stoppers, the Bolo program is also pleased to offer a reward up to $50,000 for any information leading to the arrest of T'Quan Robertson. Toronto Crime Stoppers is a well-established system not only to handle tips anonymously, but also to handle reward payments in a completely anonymous way. Take note that this $50,000 reward is only available until December 25th, 2019. So if you have something to say it now. I would like to conclude by emphasizing what Deputy Chief Yuen mentioned earlier. Mr. Robertson, with the amplification campaign we're launching today, everyone in Toronto, Ontario, and Canada will not only know that you're wanted for a playground shooting that put 2 young girls in hospital and traumatized them in their community for the rest of their lives, everyone will also know that there's a $50,000 reward for tips leading to your arrest. So there's nowhere to go, there's nowhere to hide, and there's indeed only one right thing to do. Grab the phone, call a lawyer, and make arrangements to turn yourself in. Thank you.
Good morning, and thank you for attending today's announcement of the partnership between Toronto Crime Stoppers and the Bolo campaign in cooperation with the Toronto Police Service. My name is Sean Sportun, and I am the chair of the Toronto Crime Stoppers program. Toronto Crime Stoppers is a partnership between the public, the police, and the media that provides citizens in our community a conduit to anonymously provide information about a crime, potential crime, or in this case, the location of a wanted person without fear of retribution, with a potential of a cash reward. Crime prevention and community safety is a shared responsibility in which we all play a part. To that end, Toronto Crime Stoppers is pleased to announce an unprecedented partnership with the Bolo program to encourage members of the community to contact Crime Stoppers anonymously with information on the whereabouts of T'Quan Robertson, an individual responsible for a brazen daylight shooting at a Toronto playground that wounded 2 young girls back on June 14th, 2018. We at Crime Stoppers, just as everyone else in the city, were saddened by the victimization of these 2 young girls and see the great importance of bringing those accused of this crime before the courts. If you know the whereabouts of T'Quan Robertson and you wish to remain completely anonymous, you can call 1-800-222-8477, or you can submit a tip online at 222tips.com. Your identity will be fully protected. Our phone line and web tips are supervised 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and in over 200 languages. The information you provide to Crime Stoppers will be immediately forwarded to investigators assigned to this case, And by calling Crime Stoppers anonymously, if your information leads to the arrest of T'Quan Robertson, you are eligible for a $50,000 reward. Crime Stoppers will always guarantee your anonymity, and you will never be required to testify. So we urge you, if you know where T'Quan Robertson is, or you have information that can assist investigators in locating him, come forward, speak up, break the silence, and by doing so, you will be making a difference in the safety of your community. I will conclude by once again reminding everyone that community safety is a shared responsibility. We must all work together with a collaborative goal to make a difference in the prevention of crime while enhancing the overall safety of our community. Say it here with Toronto Crime Stoppers, and remember, you stay anonymous, criminals don't. Thank you.
This concludes today's conference. Thank you for attending. We are heading out right now. Sorry.
Chief, if you don't mind, Chief, you mentioned before that, the picture's out there, there's nowhere to go, there's nowhere to hide, he'll be found. Can you just talk about, I guess, the struggle in this investigation, how it's been now over a year and Mr. Robertson still has not been found. So can you talk about the challenges, why that hasn't occurred, and why now? Why decided now to partner up with Bolo and Crime Stoppers, and perhaps why not before?
I think in every investigation, our investigators work tirelessly and to exhaust every investigative leads. And we have strong evidence to suggest, to allege Mr. Robertson as part of this, had strong involvement with the shooting. The Bolo program is a community partnership that, that has been relatively new in Canada, but in the States, it's very well known. And it's through the hard work of Sean and Maxime. Things don't happen just by switching on, turning a light switch. There's some discussions, and you know what? This is another innovative way to bring a community partnership. As you know, the Toronto Police Service is always looking for strong partnerships. This is an indication we are working with our community partners. This is another innovative way to bring. So the timing you suggested, there are no formula why now, but I can assure you, we have done everything we can very diligently, our investigators at 42 Division, working with other subunits, and to identify Mr. Robertson, and we have strong evidence to bring him before the courts.
Do you believe he's still in the GTA?
He's in Ontario.
In Ontario? And how widespread is the Bolo program then?
As you heard from Maxime, this is Canada-wide. And I want to reiterate to the media, to the community, to people that are watching or passing on the words to your friends. Mr. Robertson, you're going to be everywhere. Just like the news, everywhere. So there's nowhere to go. Pick up the phone and contact your lawyer and do the right thing, not only for yourself, but for closure for that little girl and for that community that was impacted by the alleged brazen act that we alleging that you have committed that day. And I think that's the best closure.
Can you talk about how the little girls are doing now?
They're fine. I'm sure if you want to talk to our, I have members here from 42 Division and the lead investigators here, and I can assure you, we take these things very seriously. And our members from 42 Division have stayed in touch with that family and give them on a regular update what's going on. Because I think you can appreciate, they're just as anxious to bring closure. I cannot put myself in the mother's shoes or in the little girls, but I'm sure the little girls would like the police officer to bring some good news to them, because I'm sure they're still asking, why did this happen to me? I was just playing in the playground. And no little girl should deserve, no one in this city should deserve not to enjoy the public space. So this is something we do on a regular basis.
Deputy, charged to fly under the radar by yourselves for a year and elude the police. Do you suspect that somebody's helping this guy hide? You can give information with regards to that?
Steve, I cannot make any assumptions, but your assumption has some validity. That's why I urged earlier, anyone, if you're harboring, assisting this individual, you will be facing criminal charges. And we're very serious about that.
Can you talk a little bit more about the Bolo program itself, what it specifically does, and also talked about how unprecedented it is. Is that because of the partnership with Crime Stoppers has never happened before, or this is a different level of partnership?
I want to turn this to Maxime, so I will not be misquoted. He is the authority on the Bolo program, so I want to turn the mic over to him.
So we did launch here in Toronto on May 1st, 2018, originally with amplification campaigns only. Crime Stoppers was aware of the launch initially, but the partnership was more informal. As we expanded to other cities, especially in Vancouver, in the Lower Mainland region, we built a partnership with Metro Vancouver Crime Stoppers there, in which we started to offer substantial rewards. And we then brought this scheme to Toronto, asking the board of directors of Toronto Crime Stoppers if they will be willing to participate in a similar partnership. So it took some time to have the three partners, together and sign the proper documents. But so this is a first in Toronto with a major reward for the Bolo program.
And the Bolo program helps get the message out. Can you just specify exactly how?
Yes, that's a very valid question, actually. So 7 billboards are going up today in Toronto. We're going outside after this for photo op in front of an ad truck with digital display. The ad truck is going to be driving around strategic neighborhoods identified by the lead investigator in this case. We have a significant Facebook and Instagram promoted campaign unwrapping at this very moment. And we're going to be doing the message, I think, to our partners that whatever happens within the next few days or few weeks that needs to be done to make sure that the pressure is at the right place for the suspect and that the right people get to know that T'Quan Robertson is wanted, we're going to do it.
And what's the success rate of bringing people in? Have you measured
So
that yet?
also a good question. My success rate is measured on the number of tips coming in. So we don't arrest people. We don't even collect tips. But we ask very generic information on tips coming in, like how many have come in on what day. So I can tell you so far, from May 1st, 2018 to April 30th, 2019, just about 200 tips have been generated by our campaigns in various cities. No campaigns have led to an arrest yet. Of course, this is what we're hoping for. This is what will be happening. But we're in this game for the long run. We're trying things. We're going to keep trying things, and it's just a matter of time. But my real success is measured by the number of tips coming in. Anything else on the Bolo program?
I have a question for the...
Yes.
Increased security or police presence in the park or in that area since this happened?
We always put out police officer based on a lot of factors. First of all, we can't dismiss the crime and disorder issues, and also the community satisfaction and the request. So I can assure you, not only in that area, but the Toronto Police Service throughout the summer months and throughout the year, we strategically deploy our officers where we need them the most. So if you drive by that area, people will tell you they have seen the police around, but that shouldn't be the case. We should be patrolling the places, and not only after crimes have happened. So we're strategically deploying our people, even there are no crimes happening in those areas. We should be there. So yes, the answer is in a long answer. Yes, we have increased a police presence in that area, just to bring back assurance, reassure the public we are there. No questions, so we can go outside and look at the truck. You don't need to look at me.
Thanks for the questions. That concludes our portion inside, and we'll head outside now.